I would be amazed to see CJ go for white in this situation, because most of the ways that you get white roses are going to put you as far away from the opponent as possible. Some characters, that's okay, but against Ivy, that's kind of not okay at all.
Yeah.
The currency of this game, significantly more than life, is space.
Yes, and speaking of space, gonna slam her right in front of her, going with the combo 6xp.
Oh.
And he was... Oh, geez, you hate to see it happen.
Yeah, the way that you kind of have to deal with that as an Amy player, assuming that you can't break it on reaction, either because it's online or just because CS is ridiculous, is Amy has the ability to do tons of tech crouches. And that's really kind of the way to go here.
There's one of her best ones right there. 2-2B, such a great, powerful launcher, safe on block.
Alright, that's one rose.
Yeah. Now, Christmas tree for Ivy. That seems like a really good option.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's a great option in most in all matchups. And she also has this other move, and I can't remember what the input is, but she kind of like turns around and spikes her sword into the back, and it's like a lethal hit if it catches. That's pretty good in this matchup too. MasterCJ is misspacing all of his 1Vs. I think he needs to calm down.
And now CJ going in for the Summon Suffering attempt there. Slightly out of range, but another great tool from Ivy. Untackable command grab, so much range on it.
Oh, man. ICrazyJI is giving him some opportunities for whiff punishes and block punishes, but he's not really taking any of them.
Yeah, and the thing with the GI off of Amy's 3Bs, you have to be GIing the second hit if you react to it, right?
Yeah, if you're going to be reacting. But Ivy also has like a jump kick that she could use as well. Oh, it looks like CrazyJ didn't really know about what Amy's Soul Charge does in terms of extending combos off of a red rose and everything, but a great punish off of that 1B.
It wasn't the most damage he could have gotten, but he went for the easy combo, thought he was going to kill, but still secures the round.
Yeah, maybe he was worried about the wall kind of screwing things up.
Yeah, it can mess up the combo, so probably went for the easy one just to get the good okay, and finally getting red rose, CJ.
Yeah, that's a little bit late.
Yeah, that's one thing about Amy, is if you're getting red rose this late, it can be really
There we go, there's that tech crouch that I was talking about.
Yeah, now powered up in Soul Charge. CJ answering back.
Yeah, but the problem is, it ended up working out. But the problem with activating Soul Charge against Ivy is that Ivy has the initiative due to the increased space that you just gave her.
Yes, we know she doesn't have the initiative right up against the wall. Haven't guessed correctly. Re-GI. Oh, he went for lethal hit.
And it turns out the 4-6K is actually trash. It's actually a pointless move, guys. Sorry.
Oh, I've never actually seen that happen before.
Oh, I see it happen all the time. Well, I might see Amy a little bit more than you do.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, going to
Ooh, no, you have to block that.
Yes, you do. That's so much damage if you don't. Pop in Soul Charge, trying to knock Amy away. Not going for the 6-6-8 holds.
Ooh, wow, that hitbox is ginormous.
It has to nerf.
Yeah. Ooh, nice block. I could have done a little bit more damage, though. It probably could have ended the round if he hard read it.
Doesn't. Okay, gets the 4AA.
There you go.
There we go, with the I-10 privilege that Amy has, able to secure the round with a nice poke from the 6.
Probably a pretty good stage. Man, he really needs to stop misspacing these 1Bs. There's really no reason to use 1B in this kind of situation. You have 4AA.
He could be not used to fighting Ivy. She does stand up very straight, so her hitbox isn't actually as wide standing as some other characters.
Imagine having a lack of experience without playing against one of the most common characters in the game. So something that I'm noticing that looks like that's going to end the first game. So one thing that I'm noticing that CrazyJI ends up using a lot is when he activates Soul Charge, he always ends up going for I believe it's 6-6A, the massive horizontal mid. And a lot of Ivies tend to do that, and it's kind of like a common trap after that.
Yes.
And Amy doesn't necessarily have a typical way of punishing it, but what you can do is mid-parry it on reaction, cancel into AMS, and your AMS-B goes a long way and will actually give you a pretty substantial punish.
Yes, depending on the Soul Charge activation as well. If you block it, you can actually walk, if you think they're going to do it, you can actually just walk forward slightly and then block, and then, because you get knocked back not as far when you block the Soul Charge, and it's not as negative, it's 0.
Yeah,
so,
it's still cooler to do the parry, though.
I mean, yeah, it's just a safer option.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but if you are in losers, play your match. Thank you.
Oh, great use of the 4A from Amy. Such a great low poke.
It is important to note that, yeah, IV 2-2A is -12, and so if you block it, you should be getting something.
Yes.
Ooh, it looks like CrazyJI doesn't know about these new Season 2 things.
No, he does not.
Yeah, that transition that that Amy's doing is -14, so it's not necessarily guaranteed.
Ooh, but not quite the right spacing to get the low grab. It's not going to matter. Getting the 2-2A lethal hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like CJ's misspacing is providing CrazyJI with significantly more opportunities to just end the game outright. So he needs to kind of tighten up his spacing, I think.
Oh, and doesn't block or duck the second hit of that series. And the GIs from CrazyJI have been really on point. I think CJ needs to slow it down and just stagger his offense just a little bit more. Or go full aggressive. You know what? That works too.
I think he's just, CrazyJI is a little bit freaked out about dealing with him. He really wants to do that while rising reverse ring out, it seems.
He really wanted to do it. Okay,
oh no, he delayed it.
Oh, and
Ooh,
not quite.
I appreciate the really obnoxious 4A there at the end. That's definitely increased the frustration factor for CrazyJI. Alright, is he gonna go for the mid like I was thinking about? No, he's not. That's a lot of damage, though.
Yes, it is. Oh, it just wakes up right into Calamity Symphony. He's gonna be unscaled and so much damage.
Ooh, okay, so we end up... Ah, man, I really wish he was able to find a way... Oh, okay, it ended up working out. Ends up getting a rose, but I still don't think he has red roses yet. Not gonna lethal hit because the Ivy is in soul charge.
And the off axis on the vertical, not gonna get the full combo.
Alright,
there
so
we go.
Got red now. Yeah, it's still taking him quite a while to get it. Unfortunately, he's gonna lose that round.
And he just stood up in time to get hit by the low.
That kind of thing ends up happening a lot.
Ooh, and doesn't block the second hit. Could have got a free block punish off it, but no, getting hit.
Looks like we're trying to abuse however much character unfamiliarity either player has about the other person's strings. Yeah, there we go. Looks like that's not going to be it. I'm going to see if he's going to activate Soul Charge here. I hope he doesn't.
Ooh, but ducking under the 2-2-A, but doesn't duck under the follow-up again. CJ.
Yeah, it is important to note that Amy does not actually have to duck under that. You can just do a tech crouch and it's going to option select both possibilities. Oh, I really wish that he'd done a tech crouch there, but that is going to end the game.
Yes. CS still doing a huge grip damage.
Yeah.
And I actually think that was what? That was 2, so...
No, that's 1-on-1.
Was it 1-1?
Yeah, right? MasterCJ won the first one.
Correct. It is 1-1.
Yes. Okay. 1-1. All right,
I have a full didactic memory of all games where Amy wins.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How many
Name
rounds?
the time that Amy has won.
What was that last tournament Amy won?
There's only been one.
Yeah, the last one.
I believe that was called Spring Fight.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a little bit weird to have the Spring Fight tournament in February, but what are you gonna do?
You know, the Groundhog saw his shadow or whatever, so they had it then.
It's really weird that the tournament schedule is so heavily dependent upon the Groundhog.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. But
not really the best way to go about things. So a much smaller stage. I would think that this benefits Amy more than Ivy. The only thing that might be a worry is the potential reverse ring out opportunities.
Yeah, obviously Amy doesn't have amazing ring out carry in some situations.
So he already has 2.
But this is a really unfavorable position to be in. Full screen against Ivy, finally getting himself in, going with the stance pressure, canceling A and CJ not or CrazyJI not countering.
Yeah, not really all that familiar with it. It seems he's gonna try. Yeah.
Yes,
so he's definitely noticing that CrazyJI not necessarily familiar with all the stance pressure that Amy can dish out, and so if he's just trying to statue block and not even necessarily stepping, then 100% that's the kind of stuff that you go for. So there, again, you can do 4A or you can do 2A. It's going to beat whether he does the attack or not.
Yeah, that's just another lack of knowledge. And you know what else is a little bit lacking? These techs on the CS. I don't think a single one's been teched.
No, none of them have been teched. I'm curious to see like why he isn't just going with more tech crouches, because I find that Ivy's panic buttons in these situations when he wants to create offense is either the command grab or the 2-2-A. Both of them can be tech crouch, so hey, I don't know.
Yeah, and one other really great move, if CJ does get close, is Amy's 3A, obviously tech crouching, comboing into 6BB, into a great stance pressure.
And it's basically going to beat anything that Ivy's going to do of the same speed.
Yes. Oh, except in a situation like that where she's very plus.
Yeah, and the Soul Charge is not necessarily the same thing, but you still do have mid berries.
Okay, blocking the 4A but not getting the optimal punish doesn't matter. Calamity Symphony is enough of a punish in itself. And CJ trying to press these buttons. It seems like he just could be like a little frustrated right now.
Yeah, he's just overextending himself a little bit. Yeah, and he's kind of freezing up. I feel like at this point we've seen CJ press as many buttons as CrazyJI, and when Amy is pressing as many buttons as a much higher damage character, you're really putting yourself in a bad way. So he ends up getting Red Rose finally.
Yeah, finally, again, this is like the third game where he's gotten Red Rose late.
Yeah, the other games it was like in the third round. This time it's in the fourth. Ooh, he ends up stealing the meter too.
Yes.
Somebody isn't comfortable with those strings.
Yeah,
That is a 100% true string. You cannot soul charge out of it.
No, you can only GI, I believe.
Yeah, you could do that. You can also block and punish it, but yeah.
You know, we don't do that.
No.
Yeah, we mash. Okay, pop and soul charge. We're gonna see a lot of buttons coming through. All right, never mind. Actually, we're gonna.
No, yeah, we're gonna trade bar for bar. If I was Ivy, I would do the same thing. Oh, that's not gonna give him the counter hit combo.
No, you could have got way more damage off a 2-2B or something. Finally, attacking a CS. CJ trying to stay alive.
Opportunity.
Going with the 4AA.
Nice
going in
block.
again. Oh, but doesn't get the punish. Okay, big plus frames.
Great tech grabs. There you go. It's kind of what I'm talking about. Ooh,
And here's a go with the staggered offense.
Oh,
But
that's
no!
gonna be game. No, it's
No,
not.
drop the combo.
The wall rising B hits somehow. And the snipe of the